What do you want this program to be? What do you want us to talk about? How do you see the format? Tell me all of the things that, in terms of listening to live radio from 7 to 11 p.m., what do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? What are the issues? What kind of topics? What kind of interaction do you want to have? I mean, we've got all the social media. We've got the text message line. We'll take phone calls. We'll do all of this. We'll do all of these things. But I want to hear from you. Now, why is that? Because I firmly believe that while I can make the show interesting, funny, laughable, sad, the whole plethora of emotions, at the same time, I want to make certain that for my sponsors, for the sponsors of the program, for you, for everybody, that we're delivering the kind of content that you find interesting. So I also understand, having been in radio for almost 11 years now, that A, you don't satisfy everybody. B, some people will love you. C, some people will hate you. D, some people won't care. And there are people that will tune in, they'll tune out, they'll tune back in, they'll tune back out. I get all of that. But what really makes radio most successful is good storytelling. So I want to hear what kind of stories you want to hear about. And now you've got like a bazillion different ways that you can tell me what it is that you want to hear about. Before we, and it's interesting because what I'm about to say is interesting. For those of you who've listened to me before, you know that there's one thing that you get when you tune in to listen to me. You will, sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I get a little wound up. Sometimes I can be a smart aleck. Sometimes I can be funny. I can be sad. I can be happy. I can be, it's the end of the world, or it's the cup is half full, the cup is half empty. I have a whole range of emotions, beliefs, ways that I think, all of that. And I know that you do too. The one thing that you can absolutely rely on when you tune into this program is that I will never say anything that I don't believe. I will never say anything that I think is just to gather an audience, or is just to get you riled up, or is just to make you mad so you'll call in or send me a nasty email or a nasty text message so I can make fun of it on air. I'll never do that. I'll just tell you what I think. And when I tell you what I think, it's based upon this. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I have a brand new 9-month-old Leonberger, Leonberger. Look it up. Or you can find it on my Instagram account too, which is also on the KOAnewsradio.com website. I'm all of those things. And I'm defined by all of the experiences that I've had in my life. Experiences that are incredible. Having traveled all over the world, virtually to every continent except Australia, Antarctica, all of the other continents. The thrill of riding on Air Force One dozens and dozens of times. The thrill of having my own access to the West Wing and the Oval Office. The thrill of being able to negotiate on behalf of the United States at NATO for the Civil Emergence Committee. The ability to, having seen how our government works at the highest levels of government, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The thrill of having watched my children grow up to be incredibly successful. The ability to watch my grandchildren as they grow. One just entered high school, and seeing how incredibly smart he is. Having been married to my childhood sweetheart for these umpteen years. I'm not going to say it on air. Long time. Angie, did I ever tell you that Tamara's dad delivered me? Did I ever tell you that?
I think so.
My wife's dad was an old country doctor. He was this great surgeon. And people ask, well, when did you and Tamara meet? That's my wife. And, well, we met like in second grade. We've known each other for a long, long time. Her dad delivered me. I like to joke that if he knew then what he knew now, except he's now deceased, he probably would have just dropped me on the floor and just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Brown. your son just hit the floor of the OR. Sorry about that." I'm the sum of all of those experiences. And so when I talk about the Constitution, when I talk about a current event, when I talk about something going on in the culture, when I talk about any of these things that we're going to talk about over the next umpteen years, it's going to be the sum of all of those experiences. And that's why when I ask you to email me or tweet me or send me a text message or whatever it is, I want to know where you're listening. I want to know what you do, and I want to know what you want to hear about, because it gives me a little inkling into you. I'm going to bare my soul. I'm going to bare my soul. I'm going to open the kimono. I won't open the kimono because then that might scare you off. But I'm going to bare my soul just as I have on radio for the past 11 years. Nothing's changed just because I've moved down the hallway. The only thing that's changed is we get nicer digs, don't we, Angie?
So much.
So much nicer. I got to talk to Foster, though, about the wallpaper. We need some bright wallpaper.
I do think I should tell you something.
What should you tell me?
So I was trying to fix your camera.
I see. We're dead. The camera's dead.
Just yours.
Oh, just mine. So they can see you, but they can't see me.
I was trying to fix it because the sync was off, and then it never came back.
And what Angie's trying to tell you is that she didn't do that on purpose, but I don't believe her for a second.
I'm trying to find a picture of you to put up there.
A picture of me to put up there? Do this. Hey, can you open the phone lines real quick? Let's take a few phone calls. 303-713-8585. 303-713-8585. Let me lay just a few ground rules about phone calls. I'm doing fine. You're doing fine. So we don't need those pleasantries. Everybody's doing fine. It's great. So when I click on and I say your name, get right to the point. Because guess what? People just want to hear. They know that you're nice, and they know that I'm nice, and they know that we're doing well, and all of that sort of stuff. But that's all that we need to know. Or text me to 56690, 56690. Now, the problem with that, I think Angie's got access to it, but I don't have access to it right now. So I will read your text messages later. The other thing you need to know is this. I will not respond to all of the emails. In fact, I won't respond to hardly any emails, simply because I get so many. But here's what you can absolutely be assured of. I read every single email. I used to do it before the show would start at 4 p.m. I will probably now not do it until the next morning. I mean, obviously we'll read emails during the show. I'll see them during the show. But if I don't respond to your email, it's not because I don't care. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm mad. It's simply because we get so many emails that if I actually sat down and responded to all the emails, and I'm talking about when we were on the other station, and now that we're on this blowtorch, I imagine the emails will be even bigger numbers than they were before. So don't expect me to respond to your emails. Just know that I promise, absolutely promise, that I read all of the emails. I read all the text messages. I go through all the comments. I try to when we're on YouTube and Facebook. I try to go through the comments, and sometimes I'll reply there or whatever, but it's just hard to do while I'm talking all the time. So just kind of get that. So let's go to John. John, you're on the Michael Brown Show. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, sir. Yourself?
And we just blew the first rule. I asked you how you were doing. I said I wasn't going to do that. John, what you got? How about that?
I just wanted to respond to what you were saying earlier about the three things, where I'm from, what I'm doing, etc. I'm from the Parker area, going to school in Denver, working part-time to pay for school and wrap up my mechanical engineering degree.
Oh, good for you.
It's processed, but I'm getting there.
All right, now let me okay. I don't want to sound like your dad or your grandfather or your uncle or your crazy uncle or anything else. I went to law school, married, and had a baby. You can do this. and it's worth it.
Yes.
What you're doing right now may seem like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but believe me, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and when you get through all of it, you're going to be like, holy crap, am I ever glad that I did this?
Yes. It sure beats putting electronic equipment in a box every day. So,
well, I don't know. I've never done that, so I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that either, but I don't know that I get it.
Take my word for it. It certainly beats that.
All right. Well, hang in there, and best of luck to you. I truly want you to succeed. Sarah in Aurora, what you got?
Hello?
Sarah? Sarah? What you got, Sarah? Sarah? Did we get our first hang up?
Yes, we did.
I don't think Sarah can hear me. Who we have on line one? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know. I'm sorry. I'll just do this. Whoever's on line one, you're the Michael Brown Show. What you got?
Michael.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. It's good to hear.
We broke the rule.
Again.
I'm doing good. You're doing good. What you got?
The thing is I listened to you before, and you're awesome. Michael Brown. I really do respect your experiences. Absolutely.
Where you listening?
My question was, I felt like you got thrown underneath the bus on the whole hurricane thing.
Oh, you know what?
But I thought you did a great job. I don't even understand why people were having any kind of concept at all about that.
Well, because people have different opinions about how things should have gone or not gone, and they weren't after me so much as they were after the President of the United States, and I was the low man on the totem pole, and I totally get that, and you know what? And that's fine with me. I get it. Thanks for the call, Dave in Arvada. What you got, Dave?
Hey, Mr. Brown, nice to hear you over here on the blowtorch. Good deal. I am on my way to my house to frame up some walls late at night so I can get my family moved back in after it burned out in March.
Ooh, what caused the fire?
A self-cleaning oven.
A self-cleaning oven caught your house on fire?
Yeah, the self-cleaning oven got so hot that it went through the wall, and they called it, I forget the technical term, but it started the 2x4s in the vent cavity on fire, and we didn't even know it until about 20 minutes later.
Wow. And by that time, it was inside the frame, so you really didn't, I mean, that's kind of a hard fire to put out.
Yeah, my wife said, honey, there's smoke coming out of the can lights in the kitchen. And I'm like, what is that? So we called the fire department, and yeah, it was superheated smoke. The sheetrock did its job, contained the fire, but once they opened it up to put the fire out, the smoke just filled the house, and superheated smoke, yeah, it was really bad.
It just permeated everything, didn't it?
Everything, yeah.
And when I say everything, I mean it was the clothes, it was the dishware, it was everything got permeated with smoke.
Yeah, the insurance company, awesome insurance company, came in and did their investigation and made us pull out all of the venting, all of the insulation.
Oh man, I got to run. Tune in. We'll be back on Friday at 7.
I've got not one, but 2 buttons on my car radio for KOA 94.1 FM.